My name is DIvya. I'm currently 20 years old. I'm in my third year taking global political economy in the Faculty of Arts. My role at the university is not just being a student, but also being a student representative and an elected student official in my capacity as AMSU president. My journey started, I would like to think, when I was in grade 5, but even prior to that. So I would sometimes walk in, so we had this open classroom sort of style school, and essentially there was this particular area where people would do robotics, and I remember walking around that area and being like, oh my goodness, it's kids playing with robots. And when someone moves from a country like India, and these are things you see on TV where there's so many big technological advances, I thought it was so interesting to see people playing with robots, and specifically kids my age playing with robots. And I remember seeing them and really wanting to get involved in that sort of a capacity. So I remember reaching out to my teacher and saying, how do I play with robots? And that's when she told me a little bit more about what CanU is, and how I could get involved. And I think that's where my journey really started, out of that curiosity piece. So she told me, here are the forms, fill them out, and then lo and behold, I was starting to get involved with CanU. In my first sort of year in grade 5, I remember coming to this specific campus, being literally in this area 10 years ago, which is crazy to think about. And I remember wanting to go around campus and the different programs we would do. I'd be in the nutrition building, or we would walk down UC, go have food at Degrees, or even go to the education building and really spend time together working with people, talking to mentors. And I remember going through my middle school like this and my high school like this until I became a mentor. And yeah, it's exactly where my CanU started. I think one of the biggest reasons why I came to the University of Manitoba was simply because of my great experience with CanU and having this campus be like home to me. I remember, once again, I came here in grade 5, and later on I would end up doing a lot of my tournaments here, a lot of track meets and things like that. So I would like to think, grew up on this campus and experienced so much on this campus, from going to my first nutrition class as a someone in grade 5, to going to the education building, being in this particular building, and really going through those motions. And I think the way it's really shaped me is through also a mentorship lens, getting mentorship and being in the shoes of the people who I was once in, and really mentoring them now, and going through that journey. So I remember also being here during the summer for the CanU Summer Leadership Program, where once again we would spend a lot of time in the education building getting understanding information about public speaking and how to really execute that, how to do brand development, understanding entrepreneurial skills and how to work with people, networking, quite literally how to shake hands with someone. And I think that's helped me in my current journey, because I shake so many hands now through my current role, and once again really building that rapport with everyone. One skill that I think I've really grasped from CanU is how to be a good leader. I think it was ingrained very early on that mentorship and learning, and those two aspects, as well as gratitude, and if those three things come together, one can really excel in their role as a leader and essentially grow as an individual overall. And I think that's what's so critical about going through life as a young person, and especially in a time like this where people want to create change, people want to grow as individuals. CanU really helps build that into an individual. And I remember the specific quote that was given out at the end of every year. There was this leader award that would happen, and this very specific quote, and said, willpower and the courage to do things equals impossible dreams. So willpower and action equals impossible dreams. And I think that really, really resonated with me, because at CanU, that's exactly what we learn. One of the biggest sentiments that we learn at CanU is the idea of yes, I can. And now there's a whole gala around it, and we're really building on that brand. But that's a whole point of CanU, is to ask someone, can you? And that person replies with yes, I can. And how do you help someone get there? How do you get yourself there? How do you build that community that helps you get there? And just overall, how can you do it? I think one of the biggest ways it helped was actually being present on campus, and that connection piece, having a mentor to really look up to, I think is super, super critical. So my mentor who really helped me get ingrained into student politics was Efwa. She was the president of the Art Student Body Council, and I remember getting in contact with her when I was still in grade 12, and I remember texting her during the summer being like, hey, I just graduated, I'm going to be on campus very soon, is there any way I could continue getting involved in some sort of role? I know I'm going to be part of CanU, but I want to do more for the community. How can I do that? And I remember her getting me in touch with all the people that I needed to make sure that I had the best experience here, including being involved with the Art Student Body Council. In my first year, I was the UMSU rep, and then later on, she's also one of the people who I asked when I was going to run for my first VP term. I remember calling her and I'm like, hey, you have great experience with this. You've been such a great mentor to me throughout CanU. Can you help me do this? And she gave me such great advice, and now here I am being a student leader on the campus where I came when I was 9 or 10 years old. And I think it really helped me build that community with people like Ethel, who I knew I could talk to at any point. Once again, this campus does feel like home because I was here so often, but having those people be at home is also really critical. One piece of advice I would give to anyone, but specifically folks who are coming to U of M, especially CanU participants, is something we already learned in CanU, and it's the spirit of gratitude. Accepting all the things that are part of your life and really looking at them through a very positive lens. One thing I mentioned earlier is the spirit of yes, I can, and seizing opportunities, getting the support that you need, not being scared to ask for help, and once again, most importantly, having that mentorship aspect in your life, whether you're a mentor for someone, you're getting mentorship, and that spirit of giving back. So gratitude, giving back, and mentorship, and really having that yes, I can attitude.